Hello geometry students. Today's goal is to talk about similar figures, in particular similar triangles. In the last unit we talked about congruent triangles, and congruent triangles had 3 congruent angles and 3 congruent sides. In contrast, similar figures have corresponding angles that are congruent and corresponding sides are proportional, so that is different. And the symbol for similarity is the tilde that I just highlighted in blue. So if we look at the first problem here that says triangle MAX is similar to triangle TWO, just like congruent triangles, angle M is congruent to angle T. Angle A is congruent to angle W. And angle X, the third letter, is congruent to angle O. So that is just like congruent triangles. Now what changes is the sides are proportional. So in similarity, this is a definition. If I said triangle MAX is similar to triangle TWO, you just solved some proportion problems. So the sides are proportional, so I'm going to say MA, the first 2 letters, over TW, that's a proportion, is equal to AX, the second 2 letters, over WO, and that's equal to MX, the outside letters, over TO. So just to kind of recap, MA over TW, that's the first 2 letters over the first 2 letters. Then AX over WO, the second 2 letters over the second 2 letters. And then the third one is MX, the outside letters, over TO, the outside letters. So let's take a look at example number 2 where we're going to solve proportions like we did in the previous homework to find a missing value. In problem number 2, I'm going to call the question mark here X. And I have triangle GFE is similar to triangle PQR. So like we did in the previous example, I'm going to write that down here. Triangle GFE is similar to triangle PQR. So the first 2 letters, GF over PQ, is equal to the second 2 letters, FE over QR, which equals the outside letters, GE over PR. And like in the previous unit, we always want to use the letters, not the picture. So that would be step 1 in red. Now for step 2, I'm going to look at GF, and GF is this 84. So I'm going to say 84 over PQ, which is X, and that's equal to FE. FE is 98 over QR, which is 70. So in this particular problem, I don't need the GE and the PR. So now we're going to cross multiply like we did in the last unit. So when I cross multiply, or excuse me, the last lesson, we're going to get 98x is equal to 84 times 70. So 98x is equal to 5,880. We're going to divide by 98. And we're going to get x is equal to 60. So that means PQ is equal to 60. So let's try another example, example 3. If you want to pause the screen and try it yourself, you can. So I have triangle DEF is similar to triangle DKJ. Step 1 is I'm going to write the proportions. DE over DK, first 2 letters, the first 2 letters, is equal to EF over kj, second two letters over second two letters, which equals df over dj. And now I'm going to look at the diagram. Again, I'm going to call the question mark x, and dE is x, dk is 36, EF I don't know, so I'm just going to call it EF, KJ I don't know, so I'll just leave it as KJ, DF is 126, and DJ is 56. So for this particular problem, I'm going to use the outside ones here and ignore that middle. So I'm going to come up here and write x over 36 is equal to 126 over 56. And then I'm going to cross multiply like I did in the previous lesson. So 56x is equal to 36 times 126. And when you multiply that, you get 56x is equal to 4,536 divide by 56. And x is equal to 81. So let's turn the paper over and we'll take notes on the next example. In example 4, again, it says the triangles are similar, and I'm going to highlight that similarity sentence, and I'm going to write the proportions. So first two letters over first two letters, so BC over JK, that's equal to CD over KL, the second two letters over second two letters, which equals BD over JL, the outside letters over the outside letters. Now I'm going to substitute the values. BC is 8x minus 13 over JK, which is 39. That's equal to CD, and CD is down here at the bottom, 63, over KL, 27. So at this point I'm going to stop. I don't need BD and JL, and I'm again going to cross multiply. So I'll multiply those two that I highlighted in pink and those two in yellow, and I'm going to move up here. So I'm going to write 27 parentheses 8x minus 13 is equal to 39 times 63. Using my calculator on the right hand side, 39 times 63 is 2,457. On the left hand side we have to distribute. So when you distribute, you get 216x minus 351. I'll add 351 to both sides. Using my calculator, I get 216x is equal to 2,808. And then I'll divide by 216. And x is equal to 13. If you want to pause the video and try problem number 5, please do so. Alright, so let's take a look at problem number 5. Again, I always use the letter, not the picture. So I'm going to write the proportions. VU, first two letters, over VF is equal to UT over FE, second two letters over second two letters. And that's equal to VT over VE, outside letters over outside letters. Now, VU, I'm highlighting it in blue, is 6x plus 8. VF is 16. UT, I don't know, so I'll just leave that as UT. FE, I don't know, so I'll just leave that as FE. And then VT is 98 when I look at the picture, and VE is 28. So like in one of the previous problems, I'm just going to use these two on the outside. I'm going to rewrite it here. 6x plus 8 over 16 is equal to 98 over 28. Again, I'm going to cross multiply. I'm highlighting here for you. So when I cross multiply, I'm going to write 28 times 6x plus 8, make sure you include parentheses, is equal to 16 times 98. On the left-hand side, we need to distribute again. So when you distribute, you get 168x plus 224. The right side is 1568. Now I will subtract 224 from both sides. Doing that math, I get 168x is equal to 1344. And if I divide by 168, you will get x to be equal to 8. Now it is possible on the test, maybe I would ask you what VU is. So VU is 6x plus 8. So I would say 6 times 8 plus 8. That's 48 plus 8, which is 56. I know on this worksheet it simply asks for x, but you may be asked for VU on the test. I hope you found this video helpful.